Hello and welcome. You are here with me for Monday Musing 55, and I am so glad that you are. If we haven't met, I am nationally award-winning jewelry designer Jill Maurer. Monday Musings are where I just sort of let loose and chat with you about what has been going on. One thing that's new that I am trying out is I am up on Etsy. A couple of you recommended that I do that. I just have a few pieces up now. We're kind of testing the waters and seeing what we think. So far, I do really like the platform. There's a little app on my phone that lets me know if you've liked it or if you have asked a question so that I can respond. If you are interested, please do go over and check it out on Etsy. My handle, or whatever you call it on Etsy, the store, I guess, is Jill Maurer Jewelry. Please head over and give it a like and do let me know what you think about it. I'm gonna lean back and relax. Wish I had a glass of wine. I'm in a little bit different place right now. I still don't have my YouTube studio office thing set up. That is right now the storage area that is holding all of the stuff that I have to figure out how to get through. And I don't have any sort of office furniture yet. I just have to figure all that out. We're in a corner of my living room. It looks kind of dark. If I get out of the way, I think you can see it a little better. There, you can see it a little better. So we're just in one corner of my living room, and I thought this would be a nice place to film today. I went to Washington, D.C. to do a little shopping and visit Bobster 92. By now you will have seen the Hermes Birkin versus Kelly thing, Team Kelly versus Team Birkin video that we did while we were in D.C. There was another video, How to Tie a Twilly, that Bobster 92 did on his channel. I will put that below. He did a haul of what he bought when we were together in D.C., and I'm honored to say that one of my rings was in that haul. I will put that video below. This coming week, I think I have 4 videos this week. 2 of them are going to be unboxings from being in DC. So look forward to that. I just now filmed one of them sitting right here, right now. My downsizing, rightsizing journey continues. This chair I recently purchased. I didn't mention last time I had been living without a couch. Okay. You know the couch from my living room, it's the Knoll couch. It was a cream color, it was wool. I don't know if you'll remember it. It used to be behind me in a lot of my videos. I had that recovered. That's the only couch that I brought here, and I sent it off to have it recovered. This guy came highly recommended. I asked him if he knew the couch, and he said, oh yes, and it would be fine. This is a Florence Knoll couch. It was all in original condition, and I had hemmed and hawed about whether I should recover it. And when I was in Blue Haven, which is the name of my old house, I left it because we had 3 living rooms and, you know, it was comfortable enough. But the truth is, when it's your only couch, being in original condition, it was missing some sort of, you know, spring and poof. But also the fabric is wool and it was very itchy and I didn't like it, and I'll tell you what, Mitch had a lot to say about it, my son. So I sent it off to have it recovered. I'll try to insert a picture here either of my couch or of a Florence Knoll couch. And you will notice it's a very clean look. It was designed by Florence Knoll. This is her larger sofa with the chrome. I got a call from the guy doing it and he said, did that couch ever have buttons? And I said, no. And he said, don't you think it should have buttons? And I said, no! I mean, I couldn't even contain myself. No, that couch should not have buttons. That couch was very thoughtfully designed and buttons are not a part of it. I didn't say all that. All I said was no. And he said, you're sure? And I said, I am quite sure. He said, okay, it's gonna be an extra week. I'll get the buttons off that couch. Oh, I can't even. When that couch gets back, I'm going to say, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I know that we complained about your scratchy wool, but nobody deserved this. You did not deserve buttons. I'm so sorry. It is not that buttons are bad on a couch. That couch is not meant to have buttons and it is not meant to be tufted. I don't even want to know what it looks like at this particular moment. I've also had some other furniture mayhem go on, and this is sort of a PSA. I ordered a new dresser. I just decided, okay, I want to go a little more feminine. I want to mix some kind of Hollywood glam in with my mid-century modern. This condo is late mid-century modern, but it doesn't have to be as hardcore mid-century modern, and I want to get things a little more feminine. So I ordered this dresser. Well, it arrived, a drawer was sticking. It actually, like when you tried to open and close it, it would scrape paint down into the drawer below. I mean, it was just not acceptable. They tried to get me to keep it and said they'd send somebody out to fix it, and I said no, because the thing is, if you accept something, you're not in the driver's seat. They're in the driver's seat. I had waited weeks for this thing, and I did not know when or if they would send somebody out to fix it. And I said, just take it away. They called the company on the phone. The woman was really harassing me, trying to get me to keep it. I mean, over the edge. The two delivery people were very nice. They were very kind. She had to send a video. She said she couldn't see the problem on the video. And I said, well, ma'am, you know, the three people in the room with it see the problem. It's going back. I sent it back. Oh my goodness, have they been harassing me? I mean, it is bad. They're telling me that I signed this thing saying that they had a right to fix it, and that if I don't want it, they're charging me shipping and a restocking fee. And the truth is, I didn't want it. I liked the piece. I liked it in there. I really did like the piece, but I had waited for several weeks for a piece they said was in stock. And part of the reason was they said that they were making sure it was pristine and perfect and it was going through quality control and whatever. Well, none of that happened, and I didn't have any more weeks to wait on it. So I sent it back, but they continue to call and email me. What I know is I talked to Visa, and Visa said that the furniture store's arrangement with Visa is that if they deliver something that is not correct, that they have to take it back and they cannot charge shipping, and they specifically cannot charge a restocking fee. It's only been a mild thing for me. My concern is for people who don't know better and who are taken in by this and think that they have to agree to something that they really don't have to agree to. This whole thing put a bad taste in my mouth, that not only would I never order that piece of furniture again, but I would never order anything from this company again. And it's a major company that has been, or they say they are, that has been selling furniture online since the 1990s. Whew! You know, I decided, nope, I'm gonna go get something I can get right then and there. I looked at a lot of new furniture, didn't like it, ended up with antiques that I do love. I think that I am just a vintage antique kind of girl. Speaking of all this, I have had several requests to do a video when I redo my closet, because I am going to have my closet redone, especially since it is a reach-in closet. Sherry Cohen, when she requested that I do this video, and others have requested that I do it too, she said it's harder to find a closet renovation on YouTube for a reach-in closet. Most of the closets are walk-ins, whereas most of the people in reality have reach-ins. And so she really wanted me to do mine to have a reach-in example, and I will be doing that. It will take a while because I don't think we're even going to start until March or April. You have to schedule out the installation because they have to order the pieces and everything. But even before that, I have to do some work. And I thought I was going to remove a whole wall and get a floor to ceiling sliding thing, but I've had a couple people look at it and there isn't really anywhere for those to slide to in my smaller room. I think we're going to take off the double doors. I have two sets of double doors. We'll take those off, and then we will get double doors that go all the way floor to ceiling. So at least I'll have that, and then there will be a little bit of wall between them, and on the sides you'll see all this eventually, but I promise I will do a video about it. One of the things that I will say about all the mayhem around my house, and I really don't want to complain too much because I am very grateful to be in this condo. I truly am. I loved my house. I absolutely loved it, but it was time for me to move on. I raised my boys there, you know the story, and it just became more than I needed to take care of at this time in my life. And I enjoy being in this condo so much, I can't even tell you. Even when we had a storm, we had snowstorms and ice storms here, and I just thought, you know what? I don't have to worry about a thing. I'm not worried about ice breaking some huge branch or knocking some ginormous tree down into my house. You know, all of the stuff that you have to worry about when you have a house. I'm in this condo going, well, if a tree falls, somebody's going to deal with it. It isn't going to be me. I don't have to think about these things. If I'm traveling when there's some sort of problem, like weather issue, hurricane, whatever going on here, I would be in a panic when I had that house. Now I can be relaxed about it. So I am so grateful. That said, I'm somebody who really is a little unsettled if my space isn't calm and together. And the truth is that in this house, I have not one room that is that way. The kitchen is the closest. It is the closest to being all together, but it doesn't have a hood over the stove. You know, every single room has a lot going on. And it unsettles me to the point it affects my creativity. It really does. And I know it's a first world problem, and I know that there are people who are going through much more, and I'm very, very grateful to be where I am. It's one of the things about me that bothers me a little bit, but I really do want to have my place just calm and looking right. It's not that it has to be super fancy, although it normally really is. It isn't that. It just has to be clean, tidy, organized, and a little bit of grace about the place, a little bit of beauty. I will get there. I will get there. As I've been getting this furniture in, I got a dresser and a dressing table for my room. I have been putting things into it and decluttering because I just don't have as much space. Even as I declutter to fit the space I have now, I can feel myself in some areas wanting to declutter even more. I just look at it and think, I could live with even less. It actually feels good to give the things up. The exception right now is shoes and handbags. I haven't tackled that yet because that's going to be a little difficult for me. I think the handbags will be less difficult now that I have my Hermes Kelly. I really do. The shoes are going to be harder, in part because I just bought a lot of shoes. So we're going to see how many shoes fit and how I deal with giving up shoes. We'll see how that goes. This week, in addition to the 2 unboxings that I talked about from my DC trip, I also have a collab video for you, and that will be tomorrow. I cannot tell you who I am collabing with, but think fall. I also have a jewelry minute. I threw in a 4th video there, so I'm getting back into the swing of things. Generally speaking, we'll be together 2 or 3 times a week. Sometimes if I'm super busy, it may only be once. This week, we will be together 4 times. Thank you again for being here. I really sincerely appreciate that you are here with me. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because I would love to see you again. Until then.